A lot of people will say that Harry Maguire opening up well over in the States, and that interview that he's done with the media over there, is that he is full on staying at Manchester United. I look into this differently. I'm going to give you the details why. We're going to go into depth on what Harry Maguire has said as well. There is a little update on Scott McTominay. Not much noise is coming away from the tour so far regarding transfers, so we are going to do a deep dive into what has been said, where the players are at. Now they're opening up. Expect a lot more interviews, a lot more communication with the media, and a lot more insight into what's going down from the player side of things now. Well, Man United are in the States. This is Forever United TV. It is your lunchtime update with everything going on at Manchester United right now. Like I said, over in the States, everything is sort of being prepared and ready for that weekend game against Arsenal. So full focus is on there with all of Manchester United's team over there, including all the backroom staff and everything like that. Maybe the next couple of days, maybe a bit quieter regarding the transfer side of things. Things will still move forward, but still, you've got to look at the necessary stuff, which is getting the players back in training, seeing who's fit, seeing who's available, maintenance and everything like that with the players. So David Brailsford fully involved in that as well. But I want to start with Harry Maguire after that interview he has just done as well. Interesting how the media are getting access straight away to the players. Maybe a new tactic from the club here. From experience, I want to talk about that as well. Please give the video a like. 500 likes, please, everybody. Make sure that you are subscribed in as well for all your United updates. You're not going to miss anything. Even while I'm on a little break, we're bringing you the content. Let's get into what Harry Maguire has said. He said basically, so the first questions coming out are naturally going to be all about his future. 1 year left with an option. He said this himself. He said that, look, I'm a player with 1 year left on my contract with an option for another year. And as far as I'm concerned, everyone at the football club is telling me that I am part of the future of this Manchester United setup. It's really exciting. Also, being a United fan, seeing the changes that are going around. We need to remember this. We need to remember that Harry Maguire is a Manchester United supporter. If he is not being told by the football club that you're out of the door, or straight to his face saying we're going to move you on, then he is going to talk up everything that's positive about United and wanting to stay. He's devastated he didn't play for the Euros. He's devastated he didn't play in the FA Cup final and pick up that trophy, beating Manchester City, the hardest time of his career. I think Harry Maguire is coming to the realisation right now that his career is coming to an end. He's clinging on to, it's not coming to an end, but his United career is drawing to a close. Obviously, he's getting more injuries towards the back end of last season. He's missing out on games. He's obviously not getting any younger. His contract is running down and he's just clinging on to everything that he possibly can at the moment. It's a different sort of environment for a player once you get to them latter stages of your career, obviously. But with everything going on, the younger players being brought in, another centre-back being rumoured to be coming in, Evans being signed up, you get to start thinking as a player like, hang on a minute, like, yeah. And he said, look, I am part of Manchester United as far as I'm concerned. Nobody's told me otherwise. And until, and this is the key bit in this, until somebody comes in and tells me to my face, or not so much to his face, or someone at the football club tells me that we're looking to move on and move you on, then of course I will look at other options. So he is open to leaving Manchester United. I think it's exactly the same as the story that I got told from someone at the club regarding Scott McTominay. They will not move until the club say they're looking in a new direction. They want them there. Let's not forget the positions that both Maguire and McTominay both play at the moment for Manchester United. Crucial to what went wrong last season. They need bodies. Yes, you can argue they're not the quality United need, but it's better than having none. The experience of these two players is vital to United right now. If this window doesn't go the way that we want it to, there is confidence within that it will. So what I'm saying in terms of the transfers like last night with De Ligt and Ugarte, like watch this space with them. United will wait it out. But look at the two positions. They will also wait it out in case they need to move Maguire and McTominay on. Both of these players now actively have come out and said, well, Maguire has, and that's clear. So he is open to leaving as far as I'm concerned. He's not going to go anywhere until the club push him away. That's clear. And I think that's fair. You wouldn't as a United fan. You wouldn't as a former captain. And you've got a possible 2 years left on your contract. So why would you? But Manchester United, I think, have made it clear to these players that, look, this is the way we're going forward. And this is how Manchester United are going to operate in the transfer window. And Maguire was very clued up before going into this interview, it seemed, because his answers were very clear and precise in that no one's told him, so he's staying, but he left that little carrot, that dangling there, didn't he, in front for everyone to jump onto. And it just depends how you want to look at it. I look at it as him being realistic and being open to what time, where he's at in his career, what situation's going on at United, what players are coming in. He was talking about Euro, and we have to remember, and I think he was defending himself here as well. Like, we have to remember he's still very young. And in that, I look at that and go, he's still very young, so he might not play every single game. Even for me, no, you would though, wouldn't you? You would. Honestly, we're all United fans. If we are playing for Manchester United, we have been the captain of the club, we have got hundreds of appearances, and you've got a possible 2 years left, you're going to big yourself up. Honestly, I'm happy with Harry Maguire and how he's approached this. I want players like Harry Maguire. No matter what you say about the quality of the man, he has got the mentality of a Manchester United player. He 100% has, and I fully back him in everything that he said in this interview. I've had my ups and downs with Harry Maguire. I've had my rollercoaster relationship with him as a fan. But do you know what? When he speaks, and he speaks professionally and from the heart, and you know exactly what he means when he opens his mouth. He's not one of these guys to mince his words, and I thought it was a great... there were great answers. I think it was Luckhurst who did it, but I'm not sure. Usually when they go on tour, there'll be a few of the media all around one player, or sometimes they do it with a manager. It's like a big circle, and then the manager sits in the middle. I've seen it for myself. It was mind-blowing, like precious situation. Like all of the football media covering United sat around in like a half circle asking questions to the manager. I've seen it in San Diego last year, and from experience, there may be a few of the media that had the same sort of information and interview with Harry Maguire, because there's a few quotes all coming out the same from different journalists that are out there in the States right now. But yeah, to take from that interview and what Harry Maguire has said, I look at it and I go, Maguire wants to be a United player. Obvious. Maguire is sensible and intelligent enough to know that his time is almost up at Manchester United. If United go out and buy another centre-back, I think then he looks at it and goes, yeah, maybe, and then the club probably push it. So it's not on the player. We can't put pressure on Harry Maguire. I think he's made it very clear right now that he's happy to leave Manchester United if Manchester United tell him that they're moving past him and looking at different options going forward. I cannot argue at all. I've got no complaints with it. Mctominay, whether he'll say anything in public, we're only hearing what's from behind the scenes and certain rumours coming out of Manchester United at the moment and the staff there regarding Mctominay. Similar situation. If the club say, look, we've found someone else in this transfer window, then players can move on. All leading into what I've said many a times on many videos so far over this transfer window. It's like, no panic. Yes, they're on tour, but they have to be on tour. They have to be playing. It's not like we can just leave them there training at Carrington, simply not getting game time and not putting them in the transfer window as such, like putting them out there for everyone to see. Like Scott and Harry can be playing against Arsenal and have great games. And it makes people think, it's like, can we miss out on this opportunity? Manchester United are going to keep these players, but we could do with these players now. This is what happens when you're on tour. Pre-season is vital, not just for getting people fit, not just for actually finding out some young players and what qualities they've got. It's also for putting other players in the market window and saying, look, this player is going. It's the same with Sancho. The situation is, like, Manchester United will come out and say everyone at this club right now is actively a United player. They're not going to tell any one of us, any of the media, or anything different. They're going to tell them players privately, and then that information will then spread to other clubs, and then you'll see bids and transfers going in. But yeah, chuffed with Harry Maguire's interview. Not got any issues with that at all. Not got a problem with Maguire. Full on professional. And do you know what? For me, that tells a story that Harry Maguire is open to leaving United. So don't blame Maguire if he stays. It's on the club and their situation right now. Whether you want to blame Inos or not, but let's be honest, the mess that we're in is from the previous ownership. It's not Maguire's fault. It's not Maguire's fault that he's got the big contract. He was paid that transfer fee. He's on them wages. It's all the club. It's Woodward. It's Arnold. It's Murto. That's who you blame for this situation. Maguire, not a chance for me. Not a chance. You can't blame him. You can argue his qualities and what he's doing on the pitch, like we all do as fans. But reality is that, look, he's there now. He's in training and he wants to be a United player. If the club said, sorry, son, we're moving you on, he's gone. Mctominay, Sky have come out and said, look, Man United are expecting another bid from Fulham. Honestly, if they're going for Smith Rowe, I still look at Mctominay as a no-go. And Manchester United would probably need to actively put Scott out there at a valuation that's affordable if they want to get rid of him. And again, another player coming into that last year of his contract with the option. It's a tricky one for United because these are players that have been around the old regime a lot. They're great characters. And when you've got to cut someone who is brilliant, a brilliant professional, but hasn't got that quality, and then have to replace that player with someone who is similarly as effective off the pitch as he is on it, but better on it, that's difficult. Difficult to find the quality of the player to replace him, but that personality as well. You have to make sure that that works. Again, I go right back to Sir Alex Ferguson. Yeah, that player could have been the most skillful player on the planet, but you needed to know everything about him. All of the details and what he is, what he's about, and everything like that had to be known as well. So looking at that, you've also got to take that into consideration and go, it's difficult to move Mctominay and Maguire on and get the other players in replacements. I know you're looking at me going, Adam, they're average. Get them out now. We've had all of these years with these players and look what we've won and look where we've finished. They're not the future. I know this. But like we said at the start of this transfer window, Inos cannot build Rome in a day. They cannot fix everything that is Manchester United. And it's hard to judge them on everything that's going on right now alone because it's not their mess. I'll keep on reiterating that point every single stream because I still get loads of comments from people saying, look, what are you talking about, Adam? Seriously, Ineos are just a Glazer puppet. It's a Glazer 2.0, that's all it is, making excuses. No, they're not. They're doing good business, and let's just be patient. Let's judge this window when it's finished. In terms of the coaching setup, we have a new set-piece coach coming in, apparently, as well. Andreas Georgsson from Lundstrom is going to be, I think we're paying $250,000 compensation or something to take him away from his current deal. New set-piece coach, obviously Ramsey came in and did that a couple of seasons back, and I think he came in under Ole and then was 2 years with Ten Hag. He's now gone over to Minnesota United managing there. He was originally the set-piece coach. I mean, United could do with one of them, honestly. They could, because we don't score any goals from set-pieces. We're crap at corners, we're crap at free kicks from outside the box, aren't we? We need something new, we need a different direction with that, and yeah, I feel like that is the right option for Manchester United right now. Again, strengthening the coaching setup and maximising what we can out of this squad that we've got now, because there's no guarantee that everybody will be leaving. So if we weapon ourselves up with the best coaches around and the best that we can get, we can at least improve a little bit in different areas. Them Ineos minor gains. It doesn't sound elaborate, it doesn't sound fantastic, it's not big news, it's not what everybody wants to hear about players leaving and bigger players and better players coming in, but it's going to take time, people. That's all I'm saying. It is going to be a difficult one. But yeah, interesting, like I said there at the top, like the media now getting a little bit of access, because they've got access very quickly to the players. Obviously, it's a quick-fire tour. Ten Hag has been granted a quick-fire tour. He wants more preparation and more recovery time for the players. It's gone from a 3 week in his first pre-season tour to 2 weeks last season to 10 days this season. So they're giving him what he wants. And Ineos, I think, are on board with this. If it is all about the football, then this is how it works. Manchester United definitely need to be concentrating on that more. And I think that's what they're doing for Ten Hag in all of this as well. So, yeah, I'm all for it. I think quicker tours, getting the players back, getting them acclimatised back to British time again, a full week before the Community Shield. Everything they're doing with them vests and all of the sports science side of things is all working well right now. Well, hopefully it works well. Time will tell, won't it? But, yeah, United playing on early morning Sunday in SoFi Stadium in LA. I've seen all the boys and everyone over there all doing their bits. Hopefully we can get back on a tour. But from experience, this is definitely a change in Manchester United, because tours don't work like this normally. I've done a few of them now and it doesn't work like this. So they are definitely changing things. Is it enough for you? I'm guessing not. You want players. You want change. You want big change. But to round up everything that we've said there, amongst all of the fluff and all of the minor mini Ineos gains, Maguire is definitely open for leaving United. That's how I read that situation. I want you guys to comment below and let me know, do you feel like that is the case? Is Maguire opening up to a move there, or are you convinced that he just wants to stay and see out his contract? Let me know what you think in the comments below on that and McTominay. If United get Agate and De Ligt, for instance, is that the trigger to sell Maguire and McTominay? If both of them players are open to the club saying it's time to move forward, we want to move you on. Is that how you see it? That's how I read the situation. I'm probably a bit more of a glass half full with that at the moment. I'm being fully patient with this transfer window. A lot of people are struggling with it, but I want to know what you think. Get your comments in below. Please give the video a like. Let's get 500 likes on this one, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, it is just a midday update with nothing much going on so far. We'll have a full roundup later on this evening for you guys live from 6:30 again, as always.